Hey everybody! Yo, what's up everyone? It's Maddie Cartwheel back with another video. You might notice that the sound quality is much better, and that's because I'm using some earbuds. I don't know how long these will last. I might go back to the original sound if these stop working for some reason. This is a pimple, if you guys haven't noticed it, and I just pointed it out because sometimes YouTubers do that, or anybody does that, and I'm like stuck looking at that for the rest of the video. I'm like, dang it, but if you notice that, this is a pimple. It's going away. It was much worse on Friday. I'm filming this on Sunday, and this is going to be out Thursday, so I'm not going too ahead of myself on videos. So I hope you guys certainly do enjoy this one. This is going to be about why I haven't got my driver's license for a while. I recently got it. I'm not going to show it to you guys because I don't know how to blur out stuff. But I just want to show you proof that I just want to tell you proof that I got it. You'll know proof when you see me if you do end up seeing me drive around. That'll be your proof. I don't have to prove anything to nobody, people. But there's just I have to explain why I haven't got my license on my birthday. As you all know, my birthday is September 19th, 2004 is when I was born. And yeah, and it's here this January, so that's like 4 months. Three and a half at least, at the least. So at the very least. So anyway, yeah, so I'm going to explain that, why it took me a while to get my license, and all the good, juicy details. So if you want to hear more videos like this one, make sure to like this video, subscribe down below, and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified anytime I post a new video. So yeah, let's get right into it. This is more of a story time. This is for entertainment purposes only, so don't take anything offensive if I do say anything offensive, which I'll try not to. Very kind. So anyway, let's get into it. So, first, I started out driving with my mom. You know, we occasionally drove. You had to fill out a little book. I first started out in the parking lot. And yeah, so I didn't know driving too well. But let's fast forward a little bit to where I started driving with the teacher, okay? I improved, but I'm still not the best because my eyesight, if you guys don't know, please watch the video of why I wear glasses. I will link it at the end of the video. It'll be over here. Make sure to watch it. I'll explain my eye condition much better. I have nystagmus. Go watch that video to figure out what that is. It's rapid movement of the eyes. Anyway, I'll explain more detail there. So, yeah, so it was kind of difficult to drive and stay in the same lane since my eyes are constantly moving. I would stay in my lane, but the thing that would suck is that like it would kind of I'd wiggle in my lane, and my driver's ed teacher always kid me and said, "Oh, you're kind of like a drunk driver. People are gonna think you're drunk," and I could never keep a consistent speed when I drove with the teacher. Now, he's like, "Who hasn't drove with the teacher? Come see me." If you haven't drove with the teacher, so we put her name on this list per birthday. Whoever's birthday was coming first, who was the oldest, got to go. I was one of the first two. I was not the best driver. There was this kid that drove with me. I'm not going to say his real name. Let's just call him Clue, for example. Clue drove with me, and he was very good. He actually lived out in the country. He would drive to work, and work would only be like a mile away, but he without a parent, so he'd be driving illegally a little bit. So I was kind of jealous because he drove better than me, but then again, he has more practice. He lives out in the country, and as you know, most people who live out in the country get a better chance of driving because it's out in the middle of pretty much of nowhere where nobody pretty much sees you. Cops hardly go out there. And so, yeah, he's much better than me. And then, like, my driver ed teachers work with me. Me and my family, or me and my mom, we hardly drive. We hardly drove together. And, it'd just be like once a week, once every Friday or something like that. And I would not be the best at driving. And, my teacher was giving Clue the test, and he couldn't give it to me because I wasn't the best driver. And he'd drive with me, and I improved slowly, very slowly, and I was very scared. I was very shy, the driver's ed teacher. Very kind though, very funny, very humble, very patient. You have to be a patient driver's ed teacher. He did press I did not know that the driver's ed car had a brake until he pressed it a couple of times, and there were times where a semi almost hit us. Oh my gosh, crazy, crazy, crazy times. But I, made a little mistakes, along the way like that. And then eventually, like people, I kept driving with other people because I was not, the best driver. Like more people would come in and out from, driving. I think, and then like eventually he called my mom, and I was very scared. He told me that I was gonna call my mom, and he's gonna let me and my mom practice a little bit, and then he was going to come back to me eventually. Which, I haven't went through many people. I think it was just one or two people that I went that have took there who have drove around, and stuff. And for a bit, like I took like it was basically like taking like the driving session over because took it with two other people, and then he gave me a break, and I drove around with my mom for a little bit and improved, and I improved, I got better, and I got way better, and then he drove with me. But then he drove with me in October. That's what did it, and I wasn't the best. And then he said that he was gonna have to call my parents and explain that he wasn't gonna give up on me. He was gonna drive with other people because he needs to get people through, and then come back to me. And but I wasn't the best. He came back to me in October, I think, and I wasn't the best. And then yeah, or it was either that I drove once, and then yeah, wait, no, I drove one more time. I'm trying to remember. This was so long ago. I should have documented it. I was planning on making a video on it for a while. No, I drove. He drove with me again. He had me. He drove with me again, and I still wasn't the best. And then he gave me more time. And then we didn't really drive in November at all because he got quarantined for some mysteriously reason that I don't know about. And then our school got quarantined because there was cases, at our school, and they were making sure things were safe. Then I drove with him in December, way better, way better. And I definitely worked on it. My mom said that we were going to work on it. We did. And then here we go. He says I can go up and get my license. Now, I think he said I had to take the test up there because he has so many kids to get through. I don't think he's gotten through like December kids yet. But so anyway, I go up there to take my test, and he said, if they don't want me to drive with them because of COVID, then for any odd reason, he would give me a slip signed. And my mom's like, why didn't he just give you the slip signed before, to take up there? And I'm like, well, probably because he wants, to get through more people. He probably wants to get through more people, and he just wants me to take my test probably. And like he wants to save time because he has a lot of people to get through. And so I go up there and take the test. The lady's super nice. I get my picture taken. I don't like my picture. Nobody ever likes their picture. Sometimes they do. I'm gonna get my I'm getting my hard copy in the mail in a good 3 months because of Corona. My sister got hers in a month. I might get mine in a month. Sometime in April, maybe I'll get it. My hard copy, I'm not sure. Anyway, I fill out my information. They didn't even look at my book that I wrote down in and signed. Me and my mom signed and everything. My mom put random dates for some of them because for some of the things you have to sign, like backing up or did you master your turn signals and stuff. Yeah, we didn't mark that down because we forgot to mark that. So my mom did it last minute the day before. They didn't even look at it. They didn't even take up my book. They just needed a few pieces of info and we were good. And after a little bit, I thought, oh, maybe they won't want me to drive. Maybe I can just get my license. But they wanted me to drive. The lady was super nice, very short. She tried to make me feel better by saying, oh, just pretend I'm a sweet old lady that you picked up. I'm a hitchhiker. She said, I'm not going to beat you with my sandal. I don't yell. I'm very nice. She had me whirled on my window. She's going to yell what I needed to do so she knows that that the car works. And the weird thing was we drove around in my car, and it was probably because of the spread of COVID or either because they didn't have a car to take kids in for driving. But I turned my turn signal on. I don't know if they always do that. But anyway, she had me turn my turn signal on, make sure the horn works, front and back, the car. And yeah, we were on our merry way. And I didn't know what road she was talking about. There was a back road I didn't see. She's like, no, we're going down the hill. I was confused. But finally I saw it. My backing up was terrible. And so then we get going. And, it's going okay. She's like, are you nervous? I'm like, yeah. She tries to make small talk with me. We go up. This car had their turn signal on for a long time. I didn't see it. I thought I was going to fail. And I immediately missed it by this much. It scared the crap out of me. I felt terrible because I normally don't drive like that. My nerves were shot. My nerves were shot the rest of the night because I was scared. But I don't normally drive like that. That's not my driving experience. I was just super super nervous, and I missed the car by this much. She told my mom that if it wasn't as big as it was the road, then I would have been filling out an incident report. That's right. My driving test was pretty rough. It was pretty scary. Another thing I did was she had me pull out, do a roundabout, pull out, turn on the right. You pull out and you turn on the right hand side road. The test was about 15-20 minutes. But anyway, she had me pull out, back up, and go on the right side of the road, to make it straight. You know what I mean, a turnabout. And I did on the I went perfectly on the left side of the road. And so we go. The rest of the time was great. I did pretty well with everything else. But parking was a little difficult. But I was scared. She said, "You passed." I parked, and we were good. I had to redo the parking a little bit, but it worked. And she's like, it was a very small parking lot. To be frank, to be fair, she said, "You passed, but you basically passed." I think she said I barely passed, but I did. And then she said, "You wait here. I'll talk to your mom, and we'll get your license." So she talked to my mom. My mom, she basically told everything she told me to my mom. And then my mom said, I think she's nervous because it's just the idea of taking the test. And I wish I could took it with and I think I felt uncomfortable because she's a stranger out of nowhere. I feel more comfortable if I took it with my driver's ed instructor. But she was a very nice lady. And she had my name as Grace Madison, so she had to go back and change it. It was funny. But anyway, yeah, so they had me take off my mask for the picture. They did that stuff before. Then I drove. Take off well, they didn't have me take off my coat, but they had me take my glasses and my mask off. So I don't know if they would make me take off my coat. I just did because I, thought they'd see that part of me. Maybe they will. I don't know. I think the picture's gonna be in color, but the paper copy is black and white. But the hard copy will probably be in color. So yeah. Anyway, the lady said that it should come from 60 to 90 days. So I mean, yeah, I just can't wait for my hard copy because that'll be more official. Anyway, that's pretty much the end of it. Now I'll just see what happens. So I'm probably gonna be sharing a car with my sister for a while, and then eventually I'll get my own. My parents said if I want a car, I gotta show I want one. So yeah, so hopefully I'll get one soon. Cruise around with friends. I don't really like the idea of cruising. Think about it, driving around, having to look out for other people, and be safe. Driving isn't fun. It just has to give you go. It just has to. It's just to get you from point A to point B. Cruising's only fun if you're not the one driving. I'm sorry, I keep putting my hand over the mic. I'm doing that the whole video. I'm doing not my whole video. I've been doing that the whole video, and I'm sorry, it's just kind of a habit. I'll try to stop doing that in future videos. It's just for reference. It's the first time me doing this, so. Anyway, if you guys enjoy more videos like this one or would like more videos like this one, make sure to like this video. Tell your friends about the channel, to subscribe. Thank you guys for 134 subs. Really means the world to me. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Toodaloo, my fellow kangaroos. That's where we're out. Spend look both ways for you're across that street. And remember that everyone deserves a nice, juicy, friendly smile. Bye, guys. And I will see you guys Tuesday.